What up, YouTube? Back again. You know what it is, you know what I'm doing? Sitting here at Amazon, waiting on the load. Yeah, I'm a little early for my departure time. So I figure I'll make a quick little video. Set this up right quick. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of sitting in the truck. Waiting, y'all. Hey, but check it out. So, yeah, I'm in my truck, man. Day cab. It's Amazon day cab. Working with the freight partners. Man, running these Amazon loads. Y'all know the story. Hey, but so check it out. A couple people had kind of inboxed me, on how to get on local, or what have you. So, to get on one of the freight partners, each freight partner, although they're exclusively working Amazon loads, and you run in a truck that has an Amazon logo, they had a discretion. They had their own requirements. Some are a little bit more strenuous than others. Like the one I'm with, he is, or the company is, they're pretty open to you if you got a couple months experience. They just require you gotta learn, you gotta know the basics. So, but, and I'm gonna come back to that real quick. But it's other ones, like it's another freight partner like near where our yard is, and he want like 2 years. Like he paying the same. They only starting you off in our area about 24, 25. Some may be a little bit more, but I think he do pay a little bit more. But he want 2 years. Now, if you got 2 years CDL experience, man, you can probably get any local job. I mean, Amazon, local. I mean, we run kind of regional, but your runs, you definitely get back home in time. You never staying overnight nowhere. But yeah, you can run anywhere with 2 years experience. But this dude, he want 2 years experience. But the company I'm with, yeah, just a couple months, and he'll give you a shot. The thing is, so let me get back to it. You gotta know the basics, man. You gotta know how to back a trailer, couple, dock, all the stuff that seems like, when you've been driving for a while, it seems like you should know it, but some people don't know it, For me, man, I only really had a couple months on the road experience. I mean, I had drove for, before coming here, I had worked directly for Amazon on their time team, and I was a yard driver and did some runs for them. But the freight partner was paying a lot more, so I was like, man, let me make that jump. I mean, Amazon, this was a cool company. They got good benefits and all that, but they pay scale for CDL drivers is just not there yet. I mean, maybe they're trying to figure it out. I'm not sure, but yeah, I went with the freight partner because he was paying more. And what helped me was that I was a yard driver for a couple months, and I had my CDL. I had done some runs for Amazon, so I was already familiar with the system. So it was an easy transition for me, But in general, going back to like not having much experience and wanting to run local, because it's tough, man. I mean, even I had that issue where I wanted my CDL, I wanted to drive, but I didn't want to do over the road. And not a lot of companies, if you don't have your CDL or not much experience, want to train you to run local. But with the shortage of drivers and the pandemic, and coming out of the pandemic and still being short on drivers, a lot of companies are training new drivers and drivers with little to no experience to do local runs. But after working here, it makes sense why they don't do it on a regular basis, because if you're out on the road, I mean, you see a lot of stuff, and it's gonna force you um, to do things, and you have a trainer. When you run local, they don't really want to give you a trainer. They're not really trying to give you a trainer. You may uh, get a trainer for a day or two, depending on how deep the run is. Like when I came over to work with the freight partner, 1 day training. But part of that was on me because I wanted to get going. You know what I mean? I wanted to get moving and make some money. So, but yeah, I mean, companies, like I said, some are doing it now, but if you local, they want you coming in. You know how to back in some tight spaces, and you familiar with stuff. You know how to deal with certain things that they don't have to train you on. You know what I mean? I mean, they'll give you probably a day or two training just to get you familiar with stuff, but then they're not putting like an OTR trainer, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, in which they would have to do if you didn't have much experience, or if you came straight out of CDL school and did local driving. But there is some options, so you just got to research, and it also depends on your area. So, for example, JB Hunt has a program, right? And it is limited because they don't have a lot of trainers, I guess, for this specific program. You don't need much experience, or you could be straight out of CDL school, and they'll put you with a trainer. Some local, but it's mainly semi-local, which semi-local is not bad. It is an option. You know what I'm saying? You be out like a night or two. You work during the week, and you home on the weekends. But you're not out every day during the week. You might, like, you leave, go out on Monday, and you're out, and you sleep in the truck Monday night, whatever. Come back home Tuesday. Do the same thing Wednesday, etc., etc. So like every other night, you'll be out on the road and then home on the weekend, something like that. That's JB Hunt. But like I said, the spaces are limited, and you just gotta take a chance, see what's available in your area. Like I was gonna do that, but so what they do, like JB Hunt's process is like, say you apply for it, right? You apply for it, and then the recruiter will say, hey, it's a limited space opportunity, so I got you on the waiting list. So they'll have a waiting list, right? And then they'll be like, when I call you, make sure you pick up, and then I can push you through to get you to whatever human resources, so get you on, right? So when I initially applied, they didn't call me right away, but then he called, this recruiter, he called me one time, and I guess he couldn't push me through, and I missed out, right? So I was like, man, I can't keep waiting around for him, so I went with where I'm at now, which is cool. But since I've been here, the guys done called me a couple times, man. So I know, it's the real deal. And then I did have a friend who worked with me at Amazon, and he got on through that program. And he didn't even do semi-local very long. He did it maybe a month, and he ended up, they let him offered him this local run, which is, what he wanted to do. So, and usually the semi-local runs are, they sound pretty easy. It's like Home Depot, or I forgot what the other one was, but I know Home Depot was a big one. So JB Hunt is an option. You're trying to get local with not much experience or straight out of CDL school. NFI is also an option, depending on your area. In the Chicago area, Joliet, they have a couple options, and it's a similar type thing. It's semi-local to start, and you have to do semi-local with them, and they'll put you with a trainer. I didn't want to do that because I was just it's mostly, I think those accounts starting off are like grocery accounts, I didn't really want to deal with a reefer, and I didn't want to travel. Where they wanted me to travel was like Minonoka or Shanahan, Illinois area. It was like an hour away from where I live. I just didn't want to do that. So, but NFI is an option. They have limited. It's a limited program if you want to try to run local or semi-local for minimum to no experience. They'll do it, but you got to, the recruiter will tell you if it's available. Rail, spelled ROEHL, is an option too. They have local opportunities now, and they'll train you to get your CDL if you don't have your CDL, but you'll be locked in with them. You got to lock in with them for like a year and a half or 100-some thousand miles, and it's probably going to take forever if you're doing local to get out of that contract. But they have local opportunities. If you don't have your CDL, they'll train you. If you're out of CDL school, they have it. And if you got minimal experience, I know they have it in my area, which is the Chicago area. But I know they got terminals. It's a little bit everywhere: Wisconsin, Atlanta, Southeast, Southwest. So that could be an option for you if you're trying to get local and out of CDL school or little to no experience. But yeah, man, that's all I got right now, man. And definitely the freight partners. Check your area for the freight partners if you want to do that. I mean, the freight partners is easy as all drop a hook. Most of the places you go to, fulfillment centers, got enough space. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to get a trailer in there. If you can't, man, then I don't know about you. But now there is depending on where you're at, there's places where it'll be tight, especially some of the delivery stations, some of the older, especially some of the older fulfillment centers and delivery stations or warehouses where they kind of took over a warehouse and then build it from scratch or whatever. Yeah, some of those are tight, man. It's not a lot, but at least not, the runs I've been doing. But I don't know how it is like out east and some of these other places. Could be a little tight. So you gotta have, skills. And man, look, man, I'm not no perfect backer, man. I do whatever pull-ups I need, man, and I just get it in there, and I try not to hit nothing. That's it, man. Don't let nobody rush me, and try to do my thing, man. But yeah, man, if you got any questions, shoot me a inbox, man. I'll be happy to get back to you, and I appreciate the love. Thanks for following. Thanks for watching, and I'll holler at y'all next time.